right now at 6.
We only had 2 months left to graduate, and I knew he would have made it big after graduation.
A community grieves a Longview teen killed in a car crash over the weekend. Plus, the man accused of burning down a Portland youth recovery center heads to court, and police say that's not the only fire he set that day. Then, TriMet feeling the squeeze from high gas prices.
We deal with about 103,000 gallons of fuel per week for our fixed route buses. It adds up pretty quickly.
How TriMet is trying to prevent passing the cost to passengers. And later, a lot to do in so little time. The Portland Fire wrap up their second day of official practice. Hear from the freshman team as they gear up for the start of the season. But we begin with breaking news here at 6. Former Oregon Congresswoman Lori Chavez-DeRemer has resigned from her role at the White House. The administration says she is stepping down as Labor Secretary to take a job in the private sector. Thank you for joining us. I'm Christine Pitawanich. Our Kyle Aboshi joins us now live with more on this. Kyle.
Well, Lori Chavez-DeRemer's tenure as Labor Secretary has been plagued by multiple scandals, including a purported affair with a member of her security detail and accusations of inappropriate behavior like drinking on the job. This afternoon, the White House announced she's leaving the Trump administration. The former Happy Valley mayor represented Oregon's 5th congressional district for one term. President Trump nominated Chavez-DeRemer to lead the Labor Department in January 2025. In a statement, Chavez-DeRemer wrote, "While my time serving in the administration comes to a conclusion, it doesn't mean I will stop fighting for American workers. I'm looking forward to what the future has in store as I depart for the private sector." Chavez-DeRemer had been facing an investigation from the Labor Department's Inspector General for potential misconduct. That investigation has already forced out multiple top staffers, including her former chief of staff and a member of her security detail who she was accused of having an affair with. The current Deputy Secretary, Keith Sonderling, will take on the role of Acting Secretary of Labor.
Appreciate the update. Kyle Aboshi reporting. Thank you, Kyle. To Longview now, where the Mark Morris High School community is grieving after a student died in a car crash. It happened over the weekend near Kelso along a rural road. Our Celine Stevens heard from people who knew the student.
That high school senior's name was Eldon Ragsdale, and he was 18 years old. The school's principal says there are counselors and support staff available for students who are grieving this loss. Students I spoke with say that Eldon was well known and a nice guy.
He was a really, really good person. He didn't want no harm towards anybody.
Eldon Ragsdale was a senior at Mark Morris High School in Longview. He was killed in a car crash on Saturday along a rural road near Kelso. He was 18 years old and well liked by many, according to one of his classmates.
Everyone always had just a good time with him. It just sucks to see him just go. I can just remember him talking about his future and how excited he was. And now he's never going to ever experience that.
She was brought to tears, thinking about the future he now won't get to see and the pain his family is enduring.
His family's going through it, all his friends are going through it, people that knew him are going through it. It's heartbreaking.
Authorities say Ragsdale was a passenger in a 1994 Toyota 4Runner that flipped on its side and trapped him underneath. According to the Cowlitz County Sheriff, the driver, a 19-year-old, was detained and taken to the hospital for a blood draw, and alcohol is believed to be a factor in this crash. Another 18-year-old, as well as a 16- and 15-year-old, were taken to the hospital. The Cowlitz County Sheriff says it's unclear what exactly led up to the crash.
There's some indication there was somebody on the side-by-side on the roadway, and we've spoken to that individual who said he was trying to catch up to them but did not. But as far as the accident goes, all indications at the scene was it was just that vehicle losing control and going off the road.
The school's principal also releasing a statement that reads, "The loss of a young person affects many in our community, and we know this news may be deeply upsetting for students and families alike. At school, we will have counselors and support staff available for any student who may need someone to talk to or additional support in the coming days."
We only had 2 months left to graduate, and I knew he would have made it big after graduation. He's just a good dude.
A statement from the parents of Eldon reads in part, "Do not drink and drive. If you suspect someone has been drinking, do not get in the car with them. In an instant, our family is forever changed." Their statement also talked about Eldon's love for his little sister, the outdoors, and cars, and they asked people to learn from their heartbreak and commit to making safer choices. In Longview, Celine Stevens, KGW News.
In your headlines tonight, a man was arrested after a standoff in front of the Lynn County Courthouse in Albany today. Police say the man skipped his trial and was found with what appeared to be a gun outside the courthouse around 9:30 this morning. Police shut down the area and put the courthouse on lockdown while they negotiated with the man. He's accused of reaching for a gun at one point. That's when the SWAT team used less lethal munitions to stop him. He was taken into custody about 4 hours after this all started. No one was hurt. And back locally, a man accused of setting fire to a youth recovery center in Northeast Portland made his first appearance in court. Police say Daryl Smith is responsible for the fire that burned the multi-million-dollar 4D recovery facility. It was on the verge of opening. Police believe Smith also started 3 other fires that very same day, including 2 dumpster fires on 102nd and burning cardboard on 99th. Smith also faces a public indecency charge for inappropriate behavior in front of a business. When police caught up with Smith, they say he had numerous outstanding warrants, including one for a charge of reckless burning back in January. A judge set bail today at $150,000. Oregon Attorney General Dan Rayfield says grocery chain Albertsons will pay the state more than $38 million to help address the opioid crisis. The money comes from a $773 million settlement the company reached with multiple states. It covers Albertsons' role as a pharmacy chain that gave out opioids at the height of the crisis. The chain will be required to pay out the funds over the course of 9 years. Matt?
Okay, Christine, thanks very much. You know, we had a lot of cloud cover today, but the sun is coming back out. Look at the Reserve Golf Course, our Explorer Tualatin Valley Skycam, 64 degrees right now. And we had a batch of showers that moved on through, but it's now moving north into eastern Clark County, Skamania County, and points on up to the north and to the south. There is more rain, but there's a big break. So much of the rest of the evening should be dry. Here in the Portland area, you can see that break developing on the satellite imagery as well. So again, enjoy the evening. We've had several 70-degree days this month. And you know what? We've got several more in the 7-day forecast. Our rainfall, it's come, it's gone. April showers were about average for the month to date in terms of our rainfall. We hit 70 today, 3rd day in a row in the 70s. We will get some rain late tonight after midnight and showers through Wednesday, but then more warm and dry weather, Christine, as we go towards the weekend. Your favorite.
Sounds good. Thank you, Matt.
I think kids don't really have the ability to see far enough in the future to understand the impact of their words.
Central Catholic high school students stayed home from school today as staff tried to figure out how to respond to what they said was racial hate speech by one of their baseball players. The school forfeited 2 games and required all students do online classes today and tomorrow. Our Libby Dowsett joins us now live at the school. Libby, there's been mixed reaction to those decisions.
Well, Christine, here at the school, it's been pretty quiet most of the day with students at home. We did see a couple baseball players walk by us just a few minutes ago. The school is not making any public statements at this point, but they are releasing a written statement, and they're saying they're taking this time to make sure they're prepared to address student needs with confidence.
I'm pretty upset and hurt by that news.
A quiet Monday lunch hour for those at Baby Doll Pizza, just down the street from Central Catholic High School. Usually this spot is packed with students, but word's gotten out. The school baseball team has apologized for racial hate speech made by one of its baseball players, and the school decided to have online classes for students for 2 days.
I am glad that they gave the students at least a couple days for their mental health to recover from any hard feelings for that.
In a statement to KGW, Central Catholic said in part, quote, "We learned that racial hate speech was used by a member of our baseball team during a pregame cheer. This language is offensive, harmful, and in direct conflict with who we are as a school community." The school said it began an internal review and took action, forfeiting an April 16th game with Barlow High School, and said the team itself decided to forfeit the April 17th game. The school stating, "We are especially mindful of the harm this has caused our Black students, families, and community members." Central Catholic is not expanding on what was said, and reaction appears to be mixed when it comes to the steps taken by the school so far.
I think they could just tell him to go home, punish the whole school for what one student said.
Similar reactions on social media, some questioning why the entire student body needs to stay home. Central Catholic said it adjusted the schedule so the staff and faculty are better prepared, quote, to respond to our students' needs with care, clarity, and confidence.
Well, at least the teams are apologizing. I mean, I think kids don't really have the ability to see far enough in the future to understand the impact of their words.
And the Oregon School Activity Association also is aware of the situation, telling KGW they are in communication with the administrators here at the school, and they are in talks about those forfeited games. So one more day of online learning tomorrow. Christine.
Libby Dowsett reporting live from Southeast Portland. Thank you, Libby.